Hi. Hope everyone is well. So I was just taking a break from Greeno and I figured that I would go ahead and start researching. I've done some of the legwork for Kaylene and I thought we would just kind of have a brainstorm and do it together. Um, this one is it seems like a more of what do we got to get done in order to prosecute, and what do we got to get done to find this beautiful girl's body. I've been looking at her dad and sister's Facebook groups and pages, and I've been watching the media on it. And what her sister wrote and that I read last week just really kind of touched my heart. And I really wanted to see what we could do as a community here. And so I thought I would go ahead and go live and let's start researching it. Hello, Tea with Grandma Sherry. How are you? I hope you're doing good. All right, so I am going to go ahead and pull up my research. Oh, that was my stomach. You hear that? I thought it sounded like reverb on my mic. Oh. Here we go. I found it. Goodness. I need to check one thing really quick before I do this. I feel like I'm always forgetting to do something. Oh, goodness. Well, you guys can just see my YouTube studio. Okay. Well, that's what I wanted to make sure. All right. That's done. Hello, Amy. How are you tonight? I hope you're good. I know. They're such pretty butterflies, aren't they? This was one of the earlier articles that I was able to find. Nope. This isn't it. This is 2 years later. So she disappeared on January 10th. So Etna, Pennsylvania, for 2 years, a local family has been waiting in anguish for answers. 20-year-old Kaylene Oehling of Etna vanished under suspicious circumstances in January of 2020. On the anniversary of her disappearance, her family says they're disgusted with the investigation and need help. The man she was seen was charged with sending nude photos of her to her own family members after she went missing, but he has not been charged with her disappearance. Ohling's family says near breaks in the case to find her have all come up cold. They feel the investigation into her disappearance was botched from the start. She had a lot of people who were involved in her life who miss her terribly, said her uncle Paul Young. 2 years after 20-year-old Kaylene Oehling of Etna disappeared, her family says they have more pain than answers. They held another vigil Sunday night to keep her case in memory alive. Her family says Kaylene disappeared after meeting a man she had been seeing. By the time Etna police took it serious, so much time had gone by that we were missing video surveillance that we could have gotten off the street poles, off of businesses that she walked past that night when she went to go meet him, said Young. Oh, so sad. Kaylene was seeing Michael Manno, a man more than twice her age. While Manno has not been charged with the disappearance of Kaylene, he has been charged with sending nude pictures of Kaylene after she went missing to her sister and father. You're saying you're not guilty, but you're sending pictures of a missing girl to her family. What message is that? Asked Young. Manno's record shows previous convictions of arson, theft, auto theft, statutory sexual assault, reckless endangerment, corruption of minors, and aggravated assault. Kaylene's family says there have been so many missteps in the investigation, and 2 years later, they deserve answers. Our problem is to find out where my niece is, my sister's daughter, my niece and nephew's sister. That's what we care about, said Young. Michael Manno goes to trial in March for sending lewd photographs to Kaylene's underage sister. He has pled not guilty. Kaylene's family remains very disturbed by the way her disappearance investigation has been conducted. They're hoping for better communication with Allegheny County Police, who have taken over the investigation. Whew. Crazy. Hey, Lipsha, how are you doing? Hope you're well. Hope you guys are doing good. I got off work early tonight, so I decided that I would go ahead and go live. I think I'm going to take a different approach moving forward. This Surono stuff is just, I want to get it done. And I think I don't know. There's just a few of you in here right now. Is it hard to understand? Because sometimes I forget like that everyone's brain doesn't work how I work and that you're not actually learning the information. You're just hearing about it. And I've spread it out because hi, Monica. How are you doing? Good vibes. Hey, Kaleidoscope. But yeah, I think it's just not, I think it's hard to follow. I think it's been hard to follow for people. And once I know information, it's just like a Rolodex in there, but it's not anything special. It's just the way my brain works. Maybe the dyslexia, I'm not sure. I've just been like that since I was little. I can just, if I can see it and like take in an image of something, then I can just pretty much like lock it away. And I forget that, like, when you're not doing the like research and reading it all yourself, like it's kind of, I can see where it'd be kind of hard to follow, if that makes sense. And I've been spreading them really far apart and just doing like little bits at a time. But I've made some really good headway on putting the Tippecanoe case together. So I figured I would just maybe just do it all like as fast as I can. If that would work, let me know. Like, what do you guys think? You tell me. But this case, this particular Kaylene, I don't know, I can't imagine being in her family's shoes. Her sister, her mother, her father, her uncles, her aunts, I mean, her friends. It, I just, I look at her and I see my daughter, and I would want, what would I want? I would want people that care. I would want people that are willing to like help and research and look into things. And this one has a suspect, a named suspect. They, and she is just gone. She went to meet him. It seems like he lured her, and then nothing, they're just nothing. Oh, you did? Hey, Chris. Oh, I'm sorry, Amy. Oh, they stole the catalytic converter off of the car? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, and your mom, I'm so sorry. I just recently went through that with my brother's dog, and their family, like when they die, it's such a great loss, like just an ache in your heart. So I'm very sorry for your loss. Hey, Chaotic. Hello, Tina. How are you? Okay, just Mike. I'm just gonna I'm just now getting to know it, and I'm just want to kind of do the research, and thought we could all kind of do it together. So if you want to help out in chat, feel free. Correct me if I get anything mixed up. It's very confusing because there's a lot of like information that you find in the media, and then when there's differences in like Facebook groups and stuff, you don't really know, or other YouTubers are covering it, you don't really know where the information is coming from. And I did let her father know that I was going to be covering it this weekend. And I just don't ever want to push myself on any family. So that's just kind of how I feel about it. When this case reminds me of, it's the similarity to Ray Hainish and what they have had to go through with having a killer in their situation. A killer's confessed. They do have his body, though. They know where their son is, their brother is, and that's where Kaylene, like, they don't know. They just simply don't know. Her family was obviously not excited about her relationship, but there was no need for her to have to like hide from them. They knew about it. I'm not sure, as far as, I haven't seen it in the media. I've seen it on a few other podcasts, and that's about it. So I don't want to speculate, but that her father had said that she was pregnant, or that she could have been pregnant, and they were willing to totally support her, and they just didn't really want her to be with him. But she's not with him. She's gone. But she went to meet him one night, January 10th. She spoke to her mother. She was supposed to go and babysit the next morning, and she was supposed to get there around 9:30. And she had younger siblings, and she just really loved them. And I'll stop sharing that for a minute. And she really loved her siblings, and they knew that she's just not the type that would bail on them. And so when she didn't show up, they were obviously concerned. Her parents are divorced, like myself, and they live with, at 20, you can, if you want to live wherever, you can, because you're legally an adult, even though as a parent of an almost 20-year-old, it doesn't feel like they're supposed to be an adult yet. But they are, and so we have to just try to let them go. And unfortunately, it's just I hope she's just somewhere. I hope she's somewhere, and I hope if she hears everyone talking about her, she comes home. I hope that's what's happened to Kaylene. If not, to me, when I thought about back to like all of the coverage that Hoosier Cold Cases has done on trying to understand Delphi, when you look at like the psychological things that a killer, or just a deranged person would do, taunting is one up there that you see serial killers do, just in research there. And so when I read that in the paper about Michael Manno, it was like, oh, wow. To send a nude photograph to not only just a family member, but an underage family member at that. The sister of Kaylene, her younger sister, that is another level of depravity, in my opinion. And I think that too much time kind of went by in between the time when she was missing, and that should have been a lot shorter. And maybe, like that article, the uncle was saying in that article, maybe if they had been able to get the footage from cameras and things like that, things might have been different for Kaylene. Or at least they might have had a clue. He has been charged with arson in the past. And so you kind of have to look at their criminal history and what they've been charged with. And then, I mean, it's possible, just Mike. I kind of had thought that too when I was reading through it. Yeah, and just the back and forth, they were kind of fighting, and they did it online, unfortunately. It seems like there might be a divide on what different family members want out in the public, so I'm going to try to avoid putting that on tonight. But I was going to kind of show you the area, and then I thought we could just kind of, I started looking through NamUs last night because whenever there's a missing, I always go to the unidentified just to make sure, just to double check to make sure that, because, you think that the system works like some well-oiled machine. Well, it doesn't. And sometimes you have to do the work yourself. And I think that a lot of people forget about that of like, you automatically think, oh, well, my daughter's in NamUs. Surely they've compared her to unidentified. And that's just not the case. A lot of times things like that fall through the crack. But this is where, and I don't know an exact location. This is what NamUs had pinned. On NamUs, you can hit on the map and it gives you the coordinates, and then you can take the coordinates and follow them to a destination. So that's pretty cool. This happens to be a 7-Eleven, or yeah, a 7-Eleven. I'm not sure if it's just the town where she was lured to meet him that night. But and this is what I'm about to show. Like, it's not a particular, like, a location for him. This is what the media has reported for him as living in Penn Hills. As you can see, there's a body of water. And why would they meet all the way over there? I'm not sure. I think she was visiting a friend in Etna. And so that would probably be why, if she was able to walk there. I think they mentioned in the article. And I found a couple, they're pretty far away, like 5 hours. But this one was a fire, and with his past fire, arson charge, I thought, that was a possibility. It was just a skull. So Chester City Fire dispatched to a house fire. Crews extinguished, and it was like an abandoned house. Extinguished fire and were checking the exposure building. Abandoned house discovered a skull lying on the floor. Called the fire department, called Chester City Police Department and medics to make pronouncement. The skull and multiple bones were dislodged from the body. All bones collected and placed in a bag with decedent. And that was on 10/15 of 2020. They estimated the height of the victim to be 5'5". And it doesn't say whether it's male, female, anything. And this was one that was along a river here. And I wanted to look up like which way rivers flow. And then this was an unidentified, they don't know, male, female, anything. It was just a bone on Resolution Island on August 1st of 2020. And that's really all I could find. There was some like New York. But that was what I had done so far. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Well, it seems like he's kind of controlling. Yeah, me too, Chris. Me too. Here's the earlier one. Police in Etna are looking for a young woman who has been missing since January. According to the police, 20-year-old Kaylene Oehling was last seen on January 9th and last talked to her mother on January 10th. She stands at 5'2", weighs 110 pounds, and has dark brown hair and brown eyes. She wears brown framed glasses. Police say she has stopped using her social media account, which is not like her. She also takes medication, but police say she did not have that with her when she vanished. Police say Kaylene also goes by the last name Young. Anyone, and I think the number is different now. So, but there's a phone number there. So last seen January 9th, last spoken to on January 10th. Age 1 missing 20. She's 22 now. 5'2", 110 pounds, dark brown, long hair. It was last called. Kaylene called her mom at 1:36 a.m. on January 10th, but has not had any contact since. She has stopped using social media after the time as well, which is not like her. It is unclear what Kaylene was last seen wearing. Kaylene left without her medication. Kaylene also wears brown framed glasses. Kaylene also goes by the name of Kaylene Young. At this time, we are unsure where she could be, but have possibly concerns for her safety. Kaylene, if you see this, please contact me through text or messenger. If seen, please call Etna Police Department. A local father is demanding answers after his daughter disappeared in January. Kaylene Oehling, 21, was reported missing by her family on January 12th after she didn't show up to babysit. Her father said she left a friend's house in Millvale on the night of January 9th to meet someone. She never returned. We hope for the best, but unfortunately we fear the worst, said Jason. It's been holy terror. Kaylene always was and always will be my best friend. Oehling is described as 5'1". You see where there becomes some discrepancies. So on her height, even just that's not what I was talking about earlier, but white female. She has brown hair, brown eyes, and wears glasses. The night she disappeared, she was wearing a black hooded sweatshirt and camouflage pants, they think. There's a bunch of different pictures of her. So beautiful. Endangered missing. Her birthday is on August 6th of 1999, 20 years old, 5'1" to 5'3", a black hooded sweatshirt and camouflage print pants. Oehling may have been 2 to 3 months pregnant at the time of her disappearance. She is in need of daily medication for unspecified reasons. She left the medicine behind. Oh, man. Oehling was last seen at a friend's home in Etna, Pennsylvania, late in the evening on January 9th. She left home to meet her boyfriend, Michael D. Manno, and was supposed to return but never came back. At 1:36 a.m. on January 10th, she texted her mother to confirm she'd see her at 9:30 a.m. She was going to babysit her younger siblings while her mother was at work. She never arrived and has never been heard from again. At around the same time, Oehling called her mother. She posted on her Facebook account saying Manno had committed a robbery. Within an hour, her account had been deactivated. Since her disappearance, all calls to her phone have gone straight to voicemail, and her EBT, electronic benefit transfer card, has not been used. Manno is considered the prime suspect in Oehlin's disappearance. He has stated she is alive, and he has been in touch with her and knows her whereabouts. That's not a good sign. But he refuses to say where she is or otherwise cooperate with law enforcement. After her disappearance, he sent explicit photographs of Oehling. I hope I'm saying her name right. I'm so sorry if I'm not. To both her father and her 17-year-old sister. As a result, he was charged with corruption of minors. A photo of Manno is posted with this case summary. He has an extensive criminal record with charges including theft, arson, criminal solicitation, and statutory sexual assault. In March 2020, he pleaded no contest to one charge of corruption of minors in connection with the explicit photos and sentenced to 6 to 12 months in jail and 1 year of probation. No charges have been filed in Oehling's disappearance, but she's considered to be in danger and foul play is possible. Her case remains unsolved. Man. This is her name is. This is so important to get these children in here or just anyone into these databases and to get unidentified persons and unclaimed persons. They're not all in here. I don't understand that for the forking life of me. Not one bit do I understand that. I don't understand why that's not a priority. I really don't. Hey, Otto. Hey, Brucey B. How are you? No, they have not found who the little boy in the suitcase is yet. I keep looking. I will check. I meant to do that. I've been checking every day, and I haven't checked yet today, but I will when we get a break here. So really not a lot of information in here. She's been compared to absolutely nobody. 14,000 possible results. I'm like drawing a blank on surrounding states. Maryland, New Jersey, West Virginia. See, you can put in parameters on here just like you can with murder data, and you can kind of do your own sleuthing. Let's revise that. Maybe. Do you guys like to do this kind of stuff, or do you really do this, or no, just kind of listen to it? Or do you like to deep dive it and look into it yourself? So this was in July. It's Brooklyn. February, March, April, May, June, July. So that'd be 6 months. That would make sense. Red and brown, curly, approximately 8 inches in length. 8 inches. Hey, Tech Death. And there he is. Pinhill's man is accused of sending an explicit photograph of a missing woman to her family members. Michael Manno, 46, is charged with corruption of minors and other offenses. According to the court paperwork and accounts from the victim's family, Manno sent an exposed selfie of his ex-girlfriend, Kaylene Oehling, to the woman's 17-year-old sister. What a creep. The photograph that led to Manno's arrest was sent via Facebook, according to the court documents. Loved ones believe it was taken prior to Oehling's disappearance. Her uncle, Paul Young, told Channel 11 that Manno had previously sent explicit images to, oh gosh, I'm really just guessing, and it shows the caliber of person that he is. The whole thing is horrible for our whole family, most importantly, her parents and her siblings, because this is like a taunt. Yes, it is. Oh, geez. Has it been a long day, Brucey? Yeah. I love it. It is love to dig in, but don't know how. Well, here we go. You're just getting to see how to do it. I don't know if Penn Hills is like just a neighborhood or yeah. I didn't think it was gonna be that easy. I just wanted to try to see where all he's lived. It has been a long week. Is Pin Hills? I guess no, that's like a town. Hmm. Aw, that's perfectly fine, Kaleidoscope. Tell him that Mel said happy birthday. Hey, Libsha. I think I said hi to you earlier. Well, Just Mike, you knew some information. Do you happen to know if any of these are the correct ones? Well, that one ain't. 94. He's 50. But this is Michigan. Anyone know why I want to know where all these lived? Why would I want to know that? I'll tell you why. Find out where he's comfortable. We go when we have that like fight, flight, freeze, whatever. We tend to even sometimes subconsciously do things that are comfortable for us that we're used to. So knowing where he used to live can be helpful. Looks like Just Mike must not be here anymore. Well, good. Yeah. This is in Pennsylvania. We could get a middle. Michael David Manno. Butler County Prison. Sounds about right. Hmm. Bye, Otto. And no picture, so you can't really verify that if that's him or not. Michael D. Manno from Penn Hills, though. Stolen car means more trouble for suspect. Oh, geesh. Michael D. Manno has another title to his name. Suspected serial car thief. Let's see if this has a picture of them. Nope. So this was in 2014. State police believe that 39-year-old Manno last month stole vehicles from 3 counties, including Butler. The vehicles were allegedly taken during a larger crime spree that spanned at least 3 states, authorities said. In Virginia, investigators suspect he stole another vehicle that he drove to Butler County. Manno, a Pennsylvania native who was recently in Georgia, was arrested Tuesday in a house in East Liberty section of Pittsburgh, following a nearly month-long manhunt. I wonder if that's him. Okay, so this is him, Michael David Manno. So we've got, he's been to, obviously, Pennsylvania, Georgia, East Liberty section of Pittsburgh, Western Pennsylvania Fugitive Task Force, Butler, immediately her so contacted the Virginia, Georgia, Herzog got another search warrant to inspect Manno's cell phone record. The review showed his phone was in the vicinities of each of the crimes from Georgia to Virginia to Pennsylvania. Interesting. So we need to remember Georgia and Virginia. No, this isn't him. Oh gosh. Oh, I don't think this is him, but somebody's made a page. Oh, he's gonna be one of those with like a bunch of Facebook pages. Gross. 2015. Let's see. Peabody High School. Okay. So Cheswick, Pittsburgh, Lakewood, New Jersey. Is that the same guy though? Yeah. Baltimore, Maryland. This was the post that I read last week. Did I spell that wrong? Not surprised. Yes, I'm human. Hi, David. How are you doing? Oh, well. This is what I like to do. But I'm sure it can be kind of boring. Anybody have any other suggestions? My phone keeps freezing and I'm going to check out, but I'll rewatch. It came at wrong time. Didn't really know what was going on, plus the freezing up. Ugh. But have a good night, Mel and everyone. All right, you too. You have a good night too. I'm going to hop off here too. I wanted to be done by 9 and it's 9:20. So I just figured we would go ahead and get started in researching this case and kind of looking into it and see what we can find out. And if anybody does anything this week and you want to email me what you found out, please send it to my email though. I just sometimes have to just log out of Facebook, or just like I turn off all my notifications and I just don't even go there. So if you want me to see it, send it to my email at coldtruthpodcast@gmail.com with any research that you find about Kaylene. But I'm going to pull this up because I want to do this really quick. Not city. Let's just see. See, and then you can just kind of like, you want to do things on NamUs where you can like narrow your search down. And then once you've looked at those, because brown hair, unless like arson, you know, then obviously, then once you go out a step, then you can kind of, you want to narrow it down because there's some that like they're going to know no matter what. Like as far as bone structure goes, like you can even narrow some down by race just on the precursory glance. So yeah, so what I will do is I'll just go through these and I'll see if I can find anything that is similar to Kaylene. And I know this sucks. Like this kind of research sucks. And I feel like NamUs and NCMEC and the DNA Doe Project and the Charlie Project and the Murder Accountability Project, all of these have to exist because evil sucks. And these are just a necessary evil, unfortunately. Sites like this. And this is kind of the stuff that we could really help on, This is where we could kind of do the most good in these communities. It's just research. So, okay. Well, send me an email. Let's see, 20 Gilmer. First thing you want to do is check comparisons. Nope. Five one. Cannot estimate. 2231. Body found approximately 100 feet off Woods Road in remote Gilbert County. And see, this is what's cool about it is like you can go on here. And then you can just like grab that. But I forgot to look at the date. August. No. How did that get in there? I thought I put the date in there. That stinks. Must have done something wrong. But yeah, I always like to show people how these things work, like how NamUs works. You do have to create like a login. Murder Accountability Project is another one. On my members only live the other day, Hoosier Cold Cases joined me for a little bit, which was awesome. And he was showing me and telling me about the book he's been reading, which is like How to Solve Cold Cases. And it is the co-founder of the Murder Accountability Project. And we were kind of taking a look at the he was looking at like clusters, but this doesn't really apply to like this case per se. But I think it's interesting that small. I wish it was a little bit, well, that's fine. Let's just show you this real quick. It gets on my nerves. Huh. Well, how weird. They're not even on here. Carroll County isn't even on here. Nothing. But see, he gets this information from, he has a liaison. Like, I got to talk to him on the phone, which was pretty cool. And he has a liaison from the FBI and VICAP. Oh, they've kind of changed things since I've been on here last. Oh, these are solved, which is where I found Shannon's one day. So that was kind of a shock. And they've changed the format. So, yeah. No Abby and Libby. Why? Does that mean that they're not in BICAP? Because counties are kind of a, they don't have to report. There is no like mandatory system as far as reporting. And sometimes it's required by the state, or the county will require it of their detectives. But it is not mandatory, but it sure should be. Like, it really should be. These are the little things of why we have so many active serial killers that nobody even knows about right now. You think they all went away in the 70s and 80s, early 90s? No, they didn't go away. They're just not getting caught, just like those guys were not getting caught. And it's because we don't take certain types of victims seriously. And that is seriously disturbing. Anyways, I called them. I've called them. I've posted it on the Shannon Block Facebook page. I called the detectives. I've called all the all 2 or 3 different branches of like, why is Shannon's case in murder data as solved? And don't try telling me that I didn't find the right one, because I talked to Thomas myself. And like, we both agree this is the only case in Prattville, Alabama in 2001. It is Shannon, and literally like everything about the case lines up. The only thing that's missing is the name, like it's definitely Shannon, and it says solved. It says that her case is solved by it. He did tell me that sometimes they will put solved by a case when they know that it's solved. They just can't prosecute it. So that's interesting too. If Monica's still in here. She is someone that I have become friends with along with many other people in Alabama. I want to get back there soon. All right, guys. I've gone 30 minutes over what I wanted to, just to do some research. But I hope you guys have a good night. And I will talk to you later. Have a good one.